If SpaceX goes public tomorrow, I would not buy the IPO. That might sound surprising because SpaceX is one of the best companies in the world. It has changed the space industry, it launches more rockets than any other private company, and its Starlink internet business is growing fast. But a great company does not always make a great investment. The biggest reason is simple: price. When a company is as famous as SpaceX, everyone wants to own it. Millions of investors have been waiting for years. That means if an IPO happens, demand will probably be extremely high. When demand is high, the stock price usually rises very quickly. And when the price rises too much, investors end up paying more than the company may actually be worth. History has shown this many times. Many popular companies had huge IPOs because everyone was excited. Some of those businesses continued growing, but their stocks gave investors poor returns because people paid too much on the first day. Buying a wonderful company at the wrong price is still a bad investment. Another reason I would avoid the IPO is that most of the biggest gains have probably already happened. SpaceX was founded in 2002. For more than 20 years, private investors have enjoyed the company's growth. The public would only get a chance to invest after much of that value has already been created. In other words, early investors got the biggest reward, while public investors may have to pay a much higher price. There is also the issue of uncertainty. People often think SpaceX is only a rocket company, but it is much more than that. It is spending billions of dollars building Starship, a rocket that could one day carry people to the moon and Mars. At the same time, it continues investing heavily in Starlink, its satellite internet business. These projects could become incredibly valuable. But they are also expensive and difficult. Starship is still being tested, and every delay costs money. That doesn't make SpaceX a bad company. It simply means there are risks that many excited investors may ignore. Another thing to remember is that excitement is not the same as value. If SpaceX announces an IPO, the news will be everywhere. Social media will talk about it every day. Financial news channels will cover it non-stop. Many people will buy because they don't want to miss out. That is exactly when investors should slow down. The stock market often rewards patience. Instead of buying on the first day, I would rather wait. Let the excitement calm down. Watch a few earnings reports. See how the company performs as a public business. Then decide whether the price makes sense. That may not sound exciting, but investing is not about excitement. It is about making smart decisions. Now, does this mean SpaceX is a bad company? Not at all. I think SpaceX is one of the most impressive companies ever created. It has lowered the cost of launching rockets, won major contracts, and built one of the world's largest satellite internet networks through Starlink. Those are incredible achievements. But investing is not about buying the best company. It is about buying a good company at a fair price. If the IPO values SpaceX too highly, I believe investors could end up disappointed, even if the company continues to grow. So my opinion is simple. I am not against SpaceX. I am against paying too much for any company, no matter how great it is. If SpaceX ever becomes a public company, I would let other people rush in first. I would wait, study the business as a public company, and only invest if the price gives me a good reason to do so. Sometimes, the smartest investment decision is not buying first. It is waiting until the numbers make sense.